What's up guys, this is Michael with Crash Course Code, and this is going to be the 18th video in this Java programming series. In this video we are going to cover something called for loops. So what a for loop is this. Say you want to repeat this line of code. You want to print out the word hello 15 different times. Now there's one way you can do this is you can copy this line, hit enter, and paste this 15 times. Somehow this just seems a little bit inefficient, so it is, and that's where for loops come in here. So instead of copy and pasting this 15 times, we are going to use a for loop to fix this situation. So we just want one line here. We're going to go above it, type in the keyword for, and put some parentheses here. So within a for loop there are three major parts. It's going to look a little bit complicated at first. I'm just going to type it all out. Don't worry about it. I will explain it in just a sec. And I++, and then put these in brackets here. So you see that there are three parts to this for statement. Within the parentheses, the three parts are separated by semicolons. This first part you see right here, I'm going to actually kind of type this out here. So first part is going to be the counter. So you initialize a variable. The variable is generally always I within for loops. So just remember that. Always put int I for the most part. And for general applications, it's I. So I would suggest just using I as your variable. You can use int I equals 0. So we want to start our counter at 0. Then to this second part here, I is less than 15, is the condition under which the loop is going to keep looping over itself. And number 3 is going to be the increments. So you start out with the counter. This is the initialization of your counter. So you start out with I equaling 0. Then you have this condition. So because 0 is less than 15, it's going to go through this loop. It's gonna run everything that's within these brackets in this loop. So it's gonna jump down and say system.println hello. It's gonna print out hello. Now, after it gets to the end of this for loop, it's going to come back up, and then we're going to get to this third statement right here. So it's going to come back up. It's going to do what's ever written in this third part. So in this case, it's incrementing I by 1. So I is now going to be equal to 1. It's going to go back, check the condition. Because 1 is less than 15, it's going to run the system.println command. And then it's just going to repeat this over and over and over again until this condition is no longer true. So you can kind of see what's going on. It's going to loop back up. I increments. I is going to equal 2. Then 2 is less than 15. Going to run again. I increments. I is now 3. 3 is less than 15. Going to run again. So that's really the entirety of for loops here. You can make these things more complex, but generally for the basics, you just want to start with 0, increment it by 1, and this way you can designate a number of times you want to run a block of code over and over and over again. So you can see, just when we run this, it's going to say hello 15 times. Awesome. And so finally, when the condition is actually met, so I is finally equal to 15, it's going to break out of the loop, and it's going to go down to the next line in our program. So broken out of for loop. So now we're going to run this again, and you're going to see at the end of the 15 hellos, it's written out here. It's going to say broken out of the for loop, and it is now on the next line in the program. So that is the basics of for loops. We're going to be using them more in the future. If this didn't make a lot of sense to you guys, you can always look up for loops on Google. There are many, many resources, I'm sure, that will help you to understand all the intricacies and the basics, really, of the for loop. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.